Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for this race coming out so late, just had a bit of a hectic weekend. I had some issues with one of my cats that required quite a bit of time and took a lot away from me, so got this one in really late. This is a super late model fixed series race here at Five Flags. Now I said I was pretty much done with the series, just decided to run it in order to finish out participation credits for this season. Next week probably going to run open. Getting ready to start qualifying. Doubt I'm going to be anywhere near the pace of the top 4 or 5. There's 15 cars in the split. We are number 7, so I feel like I'm probably somewhere 6th to 8th place car. Just cannot seem to find the pace that these guys are doing to get around the clock this quick. But some of the guys I know here are really, really good super late model drivers, so won't be too much to hang my hat on, especially since this car I'm still struggling with learning how to drive at its limits. So it's all going to be about trying to do the best that I can to save the car, keep it going in the right direction, avoid whatever wrecks happen. You can see I qualified 8th, just right around where I should be overall, about 2.5 tenths off of the pole sitter. If I can get anywhere near the lower 5s in the race, I'll be really happy with that. I think a top 5 is going to be pretty tough to do, but certainly, 6, 7, something like that I'll be happy with, anywhere right around my car number. Biggest thing is just to avoid all of the problems that could happen. I'm going to try to do the best that I can to make that a little bit better. Going to get paints refreshed. Let's see who's out here, see what he's got on, make sure that we are getting paints loaded correctly. Looks like they're all coming up. Get gridded up in just a minute. I am running for the setup 10 to 1, -6 for the offset as a personal preference, and brakes all the way back at 46%. Starting on the outside certainly going to make things a bit tougher.
We've put in plenty of fuel to finish the race.
It's not going to be the most ideal thing, probably going to be going backwards. Obviously, Five Flags tends to be an inside lane track like most short tracks. When it gets single file and you can run it, you are taking definitely a bit of a later entry into the corner and kind of apexing it late out of 2 in turn 4, especially turn 4. That helps you navigate the bump in turn 4 a little bit better, not upset the car quite so much coming out. So I kind of liken that to the way that I was driving Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. So it's definitely going to be a bit tough. Don't have CrewChief running for this raid. Had a bit of an issue that I need to look into and figure out what's going on. So just have the iRacing default spotter to be able to hear what's going on. Certainly going to need that. Cars are going to be everywhere. Did not happen to see the track temperature, but this setup's a bit loose if you get on the throttle too hard, so it's certainly going to be a bit of a avoidance game to just avoid whatever happens. I get some heat into the tires and the brakes, try to get the car to fire off a little bit better, at least be a little bit more comfortable for me so that they don't cause too many issues. I think if I can avoid wrecks, if anything happens in cars up front, that'll be my shot to try to pick up any spots. Otherwise, like I said, a 7th or 8th place finish is probably all I'm going to be able to squeak out. Shocked the 2 qualified as low as he did. Figured he was going to be one of the fastest ones in here. I think it's probably going to be it should be a little bit stronger field than my iRating, especially since my rating's fallen off, but I don't think it's going to be a crazy strong strength field. We'll just have to see. I didn't look to see how strong the guys on the top end of it were. Gonna be getting ready to go green 60 laps. Should be a fun one. Hopefully a fun one and not a caution field test. H just got going really late. Not sure if he did that to try to be able to get to the inside. I'm just gonna get to the inside now as I got the pole. Try not to lose too many spots off the start. Anytime I can get to the inside, that's certainly gonna help out. Try to do the best I can to stay off of the 8. It's gonna make the drive off the corners a little bit tougher, but should be able to clear him in the next couple of laps. Got the 13 working the inside of the 9 up here. Got to watch out for that. That session best lap up right now, just to see for my own personal gains if I can pick up any time. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near what the leaders are running.
16.899.
Sit behind the 9. feeling like I got the pace to get by him. I just got to wait for the right moment to get by him, see if he makes a mistake at all. Can't wait too long, otherwise the rest of the field's going to pull out, but still sitting in 8th right where I started. It's not too big of a deal overall, and I'm sure there's going to be a caution at some point, although I'm kind of surprised we don't have one. 9 kind of shoots up, going to try to take the opportunity to get to his inside, see if I can get by him. Work ahead of him going into turn 1. Set the sights on the 13 now. See if I can start closing in on him. He's 7/10 ahead right now. Got the 5 behind, who's probably going to be faster looking to push through. Didn't look like he got the best qualifying effort in, so I'm sure he's got the pace to be quicker. Here, at least compared to qualifying pace, lap times are pretty slow, although, like I said, I felt like I was quite a bit faster than the 9 and was just being held up a little bit, so should be able to start clicking off some faster laps. Again, in relation to what I'm running, not fast in relation to what those guys are running up front. Got to make sure I do the best to slow the car down, not use too much wheel through the corners. Avoid eating up the right front, and pick up the throttle, but be very, very light on picking it up, and obviously smooth off the corners to keep the car going in the right direction, otherwise it will step out kind of like that there. I think that's the other reason why I chose to run the 10 to 1. Normally I like to run a little bit higher since I'm turbo running saving tires, but with that lower steering ratio it helps me catch the slides a little bit quicker coming out of the corner to avoid losing the car and avoid overheating the rear tires out of it. Looks like we're losing just a little bit of time to the 13, maybe keeping even pace with him. Be okay with that, running right where I should be running in 7th. Took off a lot of green flag laps so far, at least for past super late model races. 9 down, 52 to go. Or 51 to go, excuse me. It's nice to get a green flag run to start. This is more laps than I expected to be, so maybe this race will actually be a decent one. It'll be a good way to close out my super late model fixed series season for season 1 of 2022. 13's broken away a little bit, or 5's broken away a little bit. 15's trying to follow him. He's going to run the high line through 1 and 2 to try to get around him. And he makes a power move on the outside through 1 and 2. That was a really impressive move there. Got 1 slow car up ahead. That's the 10 that we're going to be approaching. Looks like he's holding the bottom side, which is going to make it a little bit tougher to get by him. He cuts back up. We'll see if we can get around on the inside going into 1 and 2 if we get to him. Certainly losing a little bit of time to the 13, but might end up as an 8th place car if the 15 is able to get by me. He is certainly pushing with a good pace so far, and I would assume he knows what he's doing. A little loose there out of turn 4, able to save it because he's pulled away big time from the 5, so either the 5 doesn't have the pace or the 5's really, really backed off. My lap times have fallen off a decent bit. I'm assuming that's the tires and me just driving like dog doo-doo, so we'll see. Can't even get to the 10 now, that's how bad I am. Just could not figure this out. I've not driven this place bad in the late models and SKs, but for whatever reason, just not getting it in the super late model. I feel like I should be able to drive this thing more aggressively, but keep it under control without burning tires, and I just don't do a good enough job of that. Probably entering a bit too shallow as well. I think guys are taking a little bit of a higher entry, apexing a little bit later than I do in the corners. 16.925. Every time I do that, I just give up so much time. I don't know if I try to take that higher entry, if I drive it in too fast, and if I need to slow it down a little bit more, or what I need to do. Just cannot get that line figured out. Lose a little bit there off of turn 2, able to save it down the backstretch. That's going to allow the 15 to draw in a little bit closer. One's pulling away slightly. He loses it there going into turn 1 a little bit. That's going to allow me to close up, but 15 certainly get closer. I had to kind of flip the throttle there through the middle of 1 and 2. So that stalled me out, barely scraped the wall there. Backstretch, got to watch that. Certainly a Really, really clean super late model race so far, even for either the fixed or the open series. If I can get out of this with a 0x without, you know, really having any problems, and we can go green, even if we only have 1 or 2 cautions, that I will consider to be a very big success no matter what we do. 15 starting to fall back. Not sure if he's burning up his stuff or if he had problems. I really wasn't looking out the mirror too much, just happened to gauge back there and see that he was quite a bit behind. Looks like the 5 starting to close back in. And we got our first caution. 11 had an issue. He was a lap down. It's going to bring us all closer together. At least should be able to restart on the inside line being in 7, so that will help out some in terms of not losing as many spots off the restart. I don't know, I think it was about even with the 13. He might have been a slight bit faster. So, I think the 10 should get the lucky dog. We'll have to see. Did notice the 11 towing to pits. 8 also looked like he was starting to catch up to the 5 a little bit. Said I don't know if the 15 was just that much faster and then had a mistake and fell back, or if he was starting to burn his stuff up, but yeah, really good green flag run to start. Got almost to halfway. I will gladly take that in this if we don't have, you know, a ton more cautions, but at least that was a nice way to start. Gives me a shot to at least keep myself and a chance to finish on the lead lap. As pathetic as that sounds, I'm just that much slower compared to the front runners. Watch out for the 13 with his aggressive swerving. Not really sure what that's doing for him there. Yeah, able to take so far, being able to keep in control of the car. Just had that, was the 0x, but just had that tiny scrape with the right rear down the back stretch. Overall, it's been pretty clean. Got to say, when the 5 was close to it, he was running pretty respectful. Even the 15 was running really respectful. So at least back here, I've been very impressed with the quality of racing so far. Would imagine there was probably 3 splits in this session. Definitely should be the top split given the guys that I'm seeing in the front. Yeah, been fun so far. See if we can get 2 to go this time by, start getting back to green flag racing relatively shortly. And we do get the 2 to go, so be restarting on lap 29, have 32 to go, just under halfway. Chance tires cool down, I'll get them heated back up for the next lap, get ready to go, get just a little bit back into them. Let's see if I can take advantage of restarting on the inside, see if I can get by the 13 and follow in behind the 6. Get a chance at, again, well, without a wreck happening in front of us, I don't think I'm going to be able to get by anybody on pace to get to a top 5, but if I can get by the 13 and run even with him, you know, and keep myself in a 6th place spot, I will be happy with that. And 13 comes down with his aggressive swerving. That's awesome. So, glad to know that was a 0x. Don't think that'll really do anything to the car. That's just frustrating that, you know, he can't keep his swerving together within a lane.
Get ready.
He's still doing it. We're going to be getting ready to go green this time by. Leader's going to be off and rolling. Trying to get through the gears as quickly as I can just to minimize the wheel spin. 6 gets really bad. Restart. 13 is able to get going. We'll see if he tries to cut down in front of him. Got the 15 running to the outside. Able to clear him. He's going to dive down. Almost gets into us going into turn 3. Trying to pull away from him. He's probably going to be really aggressive off the start, so we're going to have to watch for that. Gotta try to block that inside, keep that protected, able to stay in front of him. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a shallower entry as he continues to look inside. Get turned. That was kind of to be expected to keep it. Just locking it down. We've got a caution and we are going to the back. So going to the back courtesy of the 15 there. Getting it turned around. All the way to the back. Yeah, that was, I mean, I was coming down, but the 15 was just not going to show any patience there. I guess that's short track racing and that's fixed setup racing. Guys can't afford to give any room because the lack of speed difference between everybody.
Pit road is now open.
So, back to 14th. No big deal. It's probably where I belong. Should be able to find my way up. At least give you guys some interesting racing if I can start working my way back around. Should be faster than the 10, although the funny thing is was when he was around us, when he was a lap down, he was quicker than us. So, yeah, gonna see. Let it go. It is what it is. I understand how to run around the 15 now. Gotta look out for what he's gonna do.
Let him by on the outside.
He's gonna put all 15 cars back on the lead lap, I believe. Yes. So we are gonna be running for last place when we get the next restart. Just gonna have to try to work my way around as many cars as I can before, see if I can claw back to that 7th, 8th place range. It's got to be as aggressive as I can, but also as smart as I can. Don't want to cause another caution. Don't want any incident points for car contact. Fortunately, 0x isn't going to happen. Got the 2x for losing control of the car. Just tried to lock it down. I mean, everybody did a good job keeping it off of me. They're able to split me well, so I should be thankful for that part. Yeah, I would like to get going sooner than later so we have enough laps to try to work our way. Hopefully get the 2 to go this time by. I don't know, I probably should have just let the 15 go rather than try to, you know, run around him, but he was certainly pretty aggressive there, diving it down. We'll take a look and see if he dove it in too hard or if I did chop across him. Kind of felt like it was maybe a bit of a combination of me coming down, but that was kind of the line I had been taking, and, you know, I kind of came in a little bit shallower to try to defend the bottom a little bit, and I think he just wasn't having any of it. He was just willing to, give a little bit of a tap to me, send me around, get on by. Short track racing is what it is. We don't go any more cautions. Again, I still will take 2 cautions for the race, even though these were 2 cautions in quick succession. That's gladly take 2 in a 60 lap race for this. It would have been nice to get, you know, more than 3/4 of a lap under green. Wouldn't hate it quite so much if they were able to switch the series to caution laps not counting, like some people have suggested, but at the same time, it would also make these races just takes absolutely forever. Even if you put it on a time limit, I think some people just, they wouldn't care. It's kind of how the straight stock series run too, unfortunately. Makes it not fun for people, so. Starting in the back, 14th out of 15. Just going to try to do what I can, watch out for 15 and the 13 up ahead. Up the gears, just going to stay to the high side. Able to clear the 10, so I'm going to cut to the inside now. It's probably going to be the way to go. I have 12 on the outside. Will be the first car on the outside. The 8's going to be the next one, and the 5's one up there that's on the outside. Going to do the best I can to try to stay as close to the 14 as I can so that the 8 can't cut down. Pick me up another spot. Put a 12 there, no problem. A little bit of contact, 15 looks like he gets shuffled out. Not sure if that was his doing or if there was a bit of contact there by the 5. 8's staying way high. I don't know, maybe the outside's going to be the way to go to get around the 14. See what the 8 does. 14 doesn't get going, I'm probably going to have to look at that move to clear the 14 because there's a bit of a gap. And I got to find my way around relatively soon if I want any shot at working my way up. So seems like that might be the way to go. I know I'm going to risk losing the inside line if this doesn't work, but I'm going to try it really quick, see if I can get around the outside of the 14 the next lap or so. As the 8 was able to clear him. Don't have a ton of experience running this outside line here, just got to try to do the best I can with it. Trying to figure out braking points and lifting points. 14 kind of shoots up a little bit. I don't think that was an intentional move to block my run. I think he just overshot the corner a little bit.
17.077, stay high.
Trying to do what I can to get by the 14. I just cannot get a good enough run.
Clear low, clear low.
Certainly got to watch for the 14 running up the corner.
Still there.
Try to get a better run this time off of turn 2. He just keeps shooting up. I know I'm kind of pinching him down, but eventually I got to be able to get by him. Stay up a little bit higher, see if I get a little bit of a better run off of turn 4.
Still there.
Got on the throttle a little too early, had to wait, kind of killed my run off of the corner. Allows the 14 to pull out in front of me. Just losing so much time to the rest of the pack, trying to fight with the 14 here. It's going to take away any chance of picking up more spots unless we get a caution after I'm able to get around him. I am driving this car for all that I know how to do, not all that it's worth, but all that I know how to do to get by the 14 on the outside.
All clear, all clear. Got one inside.
Not quite clear of him yet, even though you heard the spotter clear me there off of turn 2. That run out of 4 is going to kill me.
Stay high, there's on the low side. 17.108, all clear,
14 just keeps closing up,
Stay high.
drifting up, making it so hard to get by, and I got the 10 right behind him. I can't really do much.
Still there.
I made this bed, got to ride with it, and try to work my way around him. I just cannot get the run off the corner at the same time as him being slower.
17.198. Stay high.
I think I'm picking up the throttle a little too early there, and that's causing me to
Still there.
have to lift, wait a little bit. Oh, he just drifted up and I just lost the spot. I gotta let everybody go now. This is not gonna work out. I don't know what I need to get by. It's gonna be a bad finish. He drove great to defend it. He's just running the high line. I don't know if he's intentionally trying to block the high line or what he's doing, but I wasted so many laps trying to do that. Now I got the 12 trying to attack the inside, so we are literally fighting for 13th right now. Not a good finish at all. I don't know if I had the pace to run much better than 7th or 8th, but 10 gets into the wall on the front stretch.
17.03.
Probably had the pace to stay up somewhere towards the top half of the field. Unfortunately, just had that issue with 15. He's working his way back up. I don't know what I'm going to do to get by him. You can see the big gap that we've got. 14's really just held everybody up, I would say.
0.991.
He keeps drifting up in the corners. I don't think he was really doing it intentionally. I think he's just not able to hold the line on the bottom. Just trying to do what I can to see if I can get, either around the 10 or if the 10 can push the 14 up and we can get by him. Not going to have enough laps. We're going to have 8 to go this time by. It's at best going to be an 11th place finish. Oh, hopefully get something on a safety rating, because the iRating is going to continue to drop, but certainly gave you a finish worthy of, action being around cars. Trying to get to the inside of the 10, feel bad for making contact with him through the backstretch, but just got to try to push my way and get somewhere. A little more contact there on the front stretch as he tries to work his way down. It's not just going to give him his lane to come down into the corner. I think that might have been another one there. Hopefully 0x able to clear him. He's going to probably try to cut to the bottom. He's just going to fall in line. That side-by-side gave this 14 a chance to pull away. I have 5 to go this time by. Just going to try to fight my way back to the 14 if I can. I don't think I'll be able to get by him, and I may have used up my stuff. Ooh, I get way loose off of turn 4, just trying to drive it. Play everything out for what I can do the rest of the race. 4 to go this time by. Don't really want to see a caution at this point because caution's going to end the race since there are no green-white checkers in this series. Just want a shot at the 14. I don't think I'm going to get it, but would like a shot at it. Trying to wait on the throttle and get back to it early enough to try to get a run off the corner. 3 to go this time by.
17.124.
Definitely overdrove the car. I can feel that it's a lot tighter through the center of the corner. I got to wait a lot longer, but
2 to go.
definitely have the pace catching the 14. Just unfortunately spent too much time trying to get by him on the outside and never complete the pass.
17.135.
See the 15's falling back as well, so would say he was not quite that fast. He was just driving it. We got white flag 15. It's some sort of an issue. Everybody was able to get by him. I don't think we're going to be able to capitalize and get anywhere. I'm just trying to get as close to the 14 as possible. Just laying it all out. 10's not really a factor. Not going to be able to do anything with the 14. Oh, whopping 12th place finish. Whopping 12th place finish. I feel like I had the pace to be, you know, faster than these guys up front, and again, it probably should have been a 7th or 8th place
All right,
finish,
man.
and just
Bring it on
unfortunately
home
had
and
that
let's get
issue
out of
with the
here.
15, but we'll take a look at that and see what happened, but got you some action at the end. Not, you know, again, not a great finish by any means, but certainly great action. 79.85, not great on the tires, but not as bad as I thought it would be. Take a look and see what happened between us and the 15. Nice to only have 2 cautions. That was really nice to be able to get that many laps in. So let's take a look here and see what happens. Gonna be able to get by the 15. Okay, so that he may have been angry with. That was a bit of netcode there. Let's back it up a little bit. Take a look at that. So you can see I'm on the inside line, trying to follow behind the 6 off the restart. Drifting up a little bit, but for the most part, holding my lane, actually starting to come back down. 15 comes back down, and you can see right there, that was right here. You'll see his car as he's coming down. It's going to kind of kick out. It's going to slide up a little bit, and then the rear end kicks out. That was all netcode. In all honesty, that would have been more on him than it would have been me, if anything, because I was holding my line, if not coming down the track a little bit. He was coming down even more. So we'll watch it at this point and see. Wasn't anywhere near me. That move was perfectly, like, I mean, it didn't do anything. There was nothing there. This is when I was recognizing him. I was trying to take my normal line. So he comes close. I was definitely coming down a little bit, but I kind of stopped coming down so I didn't come into him. Oh, no. I'm not going to take any blame for that one. Zero blame for that one. Like you can see here, so I am coming into the corner, basically following the same line as the 6, coming to the bottom, and the 15 is just continuing to dive deeper. And right here is where you're going to make the contact with my left rear corner. So, yeah, absolutely all on the 15 there. That was either he drove it in too deep, or he just misjudged it and got into the left rear and sent me around. So, certainly, you know, and then I just, let's see. So I got the right wheel in, trying to save it. Honestly, probably overcorrected. As soon as it started to snap around, I didn't get the wheel out fast enough, and that's what caused it to do that. So I need to spend some more time learning how to correct these. You know, I definitely overcorrected there and made it worse than it needed to be. Gave myself a 2x when I didn't really need to, but yeah, I'm going to put that all on the 15. Whether I don't think it was intentional, but he certainly could have made a little bit more of an effort to stay off. It's a racing incident. It's short track racing. It happens. Guys are going to do it. Obviously, I've done it to multiple people all the time, so I can't get too upset over it. Just stinks because I feel like I had the pace to probably run, you know, 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that, and then unfortunately just could not get my way around the 14. So let's take a look at that battle too off that restart. That was it was a bit of a hectic battle there. So started off the initial start trying to dive down in front of the 10. Really was clear of him, no problem. Gonna start working up on the 12. Not quite there in the middle of 3 and 4. He shoots up high there, did not come down, so I chose to take the inside on him. Gave him an entire lane on the top side to be able to run, and just working my way. He stays to the high side. I was able to clear him. So this is when we're gonna start catching the 14. Double contact there. That was. Let's go check that out and see what happened between. That was the one between the 15 and the 5. Oh, okay. So the 6 had issues there. Oh, the 15 actually looks like he gets into him. Let's see. Yeah, he just drives right into the back from that. But the difference between him, the contact with the 15 and the 6 was he hit the 15 square in the back bumper, so that just kind of wiggled the 6, and the 6 could save it, check up, whereas the 15 got in the corner of me, and that's what turned me around. So 15 had to check up for that, and then that's what allowed the 5x. Okay, so that's what caused that there. So we are going to fast forward, get to where I was sitting by the 14, waiting to see if he would get by the inside of the 8. He wasn't able to make it happen, so now it's time to start running on the high side. I'm trying to work my way. Had that issue with the 10 there. Able to stay off of him. Alright, so let's start watching this. watch it for a few laps. I could get the run off the corner. I would pick up the throttle too early and then had to wait, and that kind of slid the rear tires, and that allowed the 14 to get the better run off the inside. Kind of just worked back and forth. Like, I think I had the pace to get him on the outside if I had learned how to drive that line a little bit better. But then the other issue is he would enter pretty shallow, and it would cause him to drift up a little bit. I guess he's not, at least in these laps, not drifting up quite as high as I thought. I was just trying to make sure I stayed off him that time he got in the wall. This was my chance to get off, and I just could not get the run. I had the chance to cut down, and then he dove in, so I bailed on it and didn't want any contact there. So, kind of committed to that outside line. Tried to work my way off. I mean, it was great side-by-side racing. There was a little bit of contact. Let's see. Was that on me cutting down on him? So I'm holding that line. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have gotten on the brakes a little bit and bailed on him, not make contact, but he certainly drifted up. He was just taking that very low, like, he was almost like he was diamonding the corner, but I think he was honestly driving in shallow to protect the inside liner from the 10, and was actually just over driving it and was causing the wash up more than that was a designed move on his part. So it was a good side-by-side battle. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. If I could have cleared him, probably could have had a shot at least at maybe 10th. Just never could get there. So let's take a look at the results. Feel free to leave your feedback with the 15. Again, I still think it's just short track racing. He overdrove it. I don't think I did anything wrong. I don't think I came across him or cut down or anything like that. I was just driving my line. See, it was one on the top split of the three, 27.66. So right around where I was, a little bit higher. Since I was just under 2,600. Yeah, pretty clean race overall. Only 2 cautions for 10 laps out of the 60. That's not bad. Ended up being about a 10th.5 off the pace of the 4 who set the fast lap. You can see based on lap times, yeah, probably should have been about a 7th place car, roughly in that area. I just, unfortunately, that contact with the 15 put me back, so, I don't know, iRacing saw it as no fault, didn't give either one of us an instant point, unfortunately, since we were the 7 car. Lost a little bit of iRating, 25, 22, minus 44, but able to gain 0.19, so at 2.62, so got a little bit to grind back. It's definitely going to be a tough road to get to, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to 3K by the end of week 12. We're really going to have to fire off some really good races and pick up a ton, or I'm going to have to run a lot of races to be able to get there. But certainly going to give my best effort for you guys, do what I can, try to make something happen out of it. Schedule's going to get pretty hectic in the next couple of weeks with some real life stuff. So I'm going to try to crank out as many races as I can and give some quality ones. I don't want to just do races to do races and not have quality stuff. But that one was pretty clean, I would say, overall for a fixed series race, especially at 5 flags. That can be difficult. Should have had a better finish. It's just short track racing, bad brakes, so not much I can do about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, though. There was definitely some good racing there at the end, side by side, even if we were in the back fighting for basically last place. Still pretty fun overall, so feel free to leave your feedback of any of the on-track action, just anything in general. Love to hear from you guys, and stay tuned for more races. And until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.